Yes, all right, the lads. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. A bit of breaking news. I wasn't planning on doing another transfer episode. We're gonna do player ratings. We're gonna look at player ratings. Arsenal Tottenham. That video should be dropping today around midnight. But let us talk about Joe Willock. Finally, Arsenal have agreed to sell Joe Willock to Newcastle. David Ornstein and the Athletic have actually confirmed it is a done deal. Joe Willock will sign for Newcastle on a permanent basis, and that's what we're gonna look at. That's why we're gonna. Someone asked me in the morning, and it was really the question got me shy or embarrassed because he asked me, because why don't you love Willock? He's part of our academy, and I think I'm going to use this opportunity to answer that question. Do smash like on the video, do subscribe. It is a Sunday, so you can see I'm having beats on, and so it's a Sunday, and I need to get some rest. But let's talk Joe Willock. Smash the like button, 200 likes on this one in the first hour. That should be our target. Obviously, make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well. So Willock, after missing our preseason game with Tottenham Hotspur, a couple of questions have been asked, and Mikel Arteta was asked, actually, if you still remember, we looked at that in the press conference reaction. Mikel was asked about the fact that the player actually didn't feature in this game, and he was not actually injured, and as well as Rob Holding. And he said with Rob Holding, he wasn't available, but with Joe Willock, we will inform you when the right time actually comes. So this is what the Athletic have actually put out. Let's just read the headline. Yes, let's read the headline. Newcastle reach an agreement with Arsenal for a permanent signing of Joe Willock. The Athletic understand a fee in excess of 20 million euros. Is it pounds? Is it euros? Pounds. Yeah. The Athletic understands a fee in excess of 20 million pounds has been agreed, but personal terms still need to be finalized. The 21-year-old midfielder has been Newcastle's number one target throughout the summer transfer window, and it could become Steve Bruce's first signing of the summer. These guys have not signed in anyone. Literally, you guys get serious, Newcastle. You might get relegated, bros. You might get relegated. Right. The Athletic continue to say Willock, who scored 8 goals, who scored 8 goals for Newcastle in a successful loan spell during the second half of last season, has been on the fringe during preseason Arsenal, while Mikel Arteta assessed his options. But with opportunities set to be limited in North London, Willock is on a course to leave the club. Willock is on course to leave the club. He has been out since he was a schoolboy and returned to Newcastle, where he will be almost a guaranteed starter. That one broken by my man David Ornstein. Make sure you do follow David Ornstein. He's a beast when it comes to Arsenal news, and of course he says exclusive. Newcastle have agreed a fee with Arsenal to sign Joe Willock on a permanent basis. Personal terms still need to be finalized, so a deal not yet done. Price would be in excess of 20 million for the 21-year-old youth midfielder. Thank you so much, David. That is really, really brilliant. In a brilliant piece of update. So breaking news: Arsenal have agreed to sell my man Joe Willock to Newcastle for 20 million pounds, for a figure in excess of 20 million pounds. And we're gonna speak two things, and then we will leave the show. Joe Willock, did he have a chance at Arsenal? Oh no. The other question is, what does this mean? Do we get in a central midfielder? Does this mean we get in another player in the midfield? Right, let's get into it. So let us talk about Joe Willock and the possibility of a central midfielder. Because look, how many midfielders do we have? We have Lucas Torreira. He's back. He's part of us now. Joe Willock, Elneny, Xhaka, Lokonga Partey, and Emu Smith Rowe at the moment. Those are 7 midfielders, unless I'm missing anyone, but I don't think I am. So 7 midfielders. Lucas Torreira is on the verge of leaving the club. Willock is on the verge of leaving the club as well. Partey is injured, but you have El Neni and Partey will go out in January for AFCON. So literally we have Xhaka and Lokonga. Those are the two midfielders. By January, Arsenal will have three midfielders with Emile Smith-Rowe. For me, what that means is Arsenal might be actually on a plan. They could be on a plan to get in another central midfielder, because what Joe Willock was doing, or what Joe Willock gives us, is that kind of backup, that kind of squad depth. When you sell Willock and you sell Lucas Torreira, and you're left with few midfielders, you're either gonna panic because we lost Dani Ceballos and Odegaard. They were coming in from loan from Newcastle, from Real Madrid. They have gone back. So maybe we are gonna sign in a central midfielder. Maybe we might bring in a backup to Granit Xhaka. I don't think we're gonna bring in a senior player to Xhaka, but we might bring in a backup to Xhaka. All the signs point to that we have actually given Xhaka a new contract, so he's our main central midfielder. That means Willock leaving and the likes of Lucas Torreira, we will bring in a central midfielder, and it confirms what I've been always saying. We need to sell to buy. We need to create space for the new incomings. Who could it be? Bruno Guimaraes, bids have been reported. Ruben Neves, bids have been reported. Manuel Locatelli, bids have been reported. Many central midfielders linked to Arsenal. With Joe Willock leaving, I'm getting more convinced that maybe Arsenal will add on another midfielder, maybe somewhere, somehow. But also, the Joe Willock deal directly affects the James Maddison deal. We know the Arsenal need to sell to buy. We know that Arsenal will need to move on players to bring in James Maddison. It's a hard deal, especially in terms of paying off what they need as Leicester City. So what we have to do at the moment is pay their money, get their money on the table. We need to sell some players. We need to collect some cash from player sales, and Joe Willock is one of them. The question is, have we done the right decision? Is it the right decision for Joe Willock to leave the club for 20 million? Could we have got more? I think yes. Did we commit a mistake to let him go, Joe Willock, at this point in time? I don't think so. I think it's the right decision. And this, look, get me right. This is not because I don't like Joe Willock. No, I don't have problems with Joe Willock. I just believe he's another Alex Iwobi. Good, but not good enough. That is all. That is how I rate him. I don't rate him more. Good, but not good enough. And I'll say it again. Good, but not good enough. So I don't have any problems with Joe. Wherever you go, bro. Wherever you go, whether it is Newcastle, or you become a West Ham player, or you become a Barcelona or PSG player, I don't have any issues with you. If he becomes a successful player, and Arsenal want to sign him at some point in time in the future for 50 million or 60 million, and he's a Jack Grealish, I would absolutely, you know what I would say, shamelessly, I would say, bring back Joe Willock. We shouldn't have sold Joe Willock. No, I'm kidding. But I would say, bring him back. Because for me, what I want is Arsenal to be a great club. What I want is players that really play well at Arsenal. At the moment, Willock doesn't give us that. But he gives us the opportunity to earn some money to bring in James Maddison. And that's why I think it is sensible transfer. You're looking at a player who's been struggling to get playing time at Arsenal, even in our second 11. You understand? All the likes of Guendouzi, even if Lokonga doesn't play, and Lokonga is part of our second 11, he will never play ahead of Lokonga. He was never going to play ahead of Matteo Guendouzi. And that for me speaks volumes about the future of Joe Willock at Arsenal. If he decides to go to Manchester, to Newcastle, that is absolutely a right move. You're getting playing time. You're developing your career. That is what you want as a player. So, guys, stop all this kind of, Joe Willock has been here since Arsene Wenger. He was one of the young players that first broke through. Ainsley Maitland-Niles should leave as well. Willock should leave as well. Nketiah should leave as well. Yes, they have been here. They have come through the ranks since childhood, and they have emotional attachments to Arsenal Football Club. But we are not going to judge players because they have emotional attachments to Arsenal Football Club. We are not going to judge players because they've been here so long. We've got to judge them on the fact that they are good enough. Are they good enough? Do they give us what a big club must get out of their players? If they do not, absolutely kick them out. Like, real kicking them out. And look, tomorrow I'm going to be speaking about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the striker situation at Arsenal. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette. I might kick them out. Honestly, I'm a big fan of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You know that. Everybody who watches this channel, I've got a lot of stick. I've received a lot of stick for defending Aubameyang. But I might kick him out because for me, what I want is Arsenal to have players that deliver. Arsenal to have players that give us that absolute value. Player ratings, I might give Aubameyang a 0 as well because he deserves a 0 in that against that in that game against Tottenham. He deserves a 0. So for me, Willock, I don't have any problems with you, bro. Success on your journey. Let Arsenal be the club we want to be. Let us be ruthless. Kick them out. Willock out. Elneny out. Bellerin out. Nketiah out. I could kick out Leno as well. I love Leno. I love Aubameyang. You know that. But I could kick them out if they do not give me what we need as a club. Willock to Newcastle is a done deal.